Hi Gemini, welcome to your April 2024 energy reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. As always, if you are returning, thank you for your support. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on when I post new content here. Gemini, I hope you're doing well. As I am recording this, it is March 29th. We are quickly approaching April. We just had the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra on the 25th, and at least for me, that energy has been super intense. I've been emotional, I've been tired, I've been exhausted, but I really wanted to get my readings going because on April 1st, we have Mercury going retrograde. So I'm hoping to get most of these done before we move fully into retrograde. We also have the new moon total solar eclipse in Aries on the 8th, and then we'll be moving into Taurus season on the 19th. We then also have, just as an FYI, on April 23rd, the full moon in Scorpio. So again, Gemini, hope you're doing well. We're going to get going with your reading. Thank you, angel spirits and guides. What are the messages for my Gemini at this time? All right, let's just get one more card, Gemini. Okay. So there's some type of action that you're wanting to take. You're wanting to move forward. I don't know what this is, Gemini, right? This is a general energy reading for the Gemini collective. It's not a personal. If you're interested in a personal, click the link below. The only way to book a one-on-one with me is my website, so just FYI. And this is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So this is very much your energy. There's something you're wanting to take action towards. The Knights in the tarot are all about taking action. So this could be, you know, a job or a new career path, maybe wanting to apply for a new job, you know, put your hat in the ring for a promotion. It could be a relationship, right? We'll go a little bit deeper and see what energies come through, but you have been, I think, considering how to move forward maybe for some time. And, you know, as I mentioned, right, April 1st, we do go into Mercury retrograde. So the challenge may be that you are wanting to take action forward, but you may not really know how, and you may have some, you know, lack of clarity, but I can see that you're wanting to move forward. You're wanting to take some type of action. You're wanting to do something that's going to move you into a new path. Three of Wands is a card of consideration. It's also, you know, in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, it can be the card of waiting for your ships to come in. So I feel like you are, maybe that's part of like why I was picking up on the fact that there may be some murkiness. There may be some, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Antsiness, some energy where you're feeling frustrated because you're wanting to take action forward, but you're waiting for more clarity. You're waiting to see how things transpire. Like, let's just say, as an example, right, because all of you are going to be different. Let's say, since there's a Three of Wands here, maybe you applied for 3 different jobs at 3 different companies. And maybe you have been going through the interview process and you're waiting to see what comes back before you make a move forward. This could also be similar, right? Like maybe you applied for a promotion at work, but you're also have been on the side, you know, interviewing at other companies in case this doesn't work out for you, right? There could be a number of situations, or it could be like maybe like you've been house hunting or apartment hunting and you've put in a couple of offers and you're waiting to see like, okay, which one's going to work out, which one's going to accept my offer, which one's going to take my rental application. You know, I'm wanting to move, I'm wanting to make a change, but I kind of need to wait it out to see what happens, right? What comes back, right? If this is work related, you know, and you're waiting on job offers, right? It's like, depending on what comes back, you may be like, well, I really like this company, but the offer's not enough. And so I need to negotiate, right? So I'm getting a bit of hurry up and wait energy here for you that might be a bit frustrating, but I also feel like that's part of the energies with this Mercury retrograde, right? That Mercury going into retrograde tends to slow things down. And what I would say is, like, you know, there are some astrologers that would say, like, don't start anything new during Mercury retrograde. You know, don't move during Mercury retrograde. And like, look, you have free will, Gemini. Do what you feel is best, but don't rush. Take your time. Take all of the opportunities, offers, and information into consideration, because then again, we have the Seven of Swords. Again, air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the Two of Swords, more air energy. But let's focus on the Seven of Swords. This is all about being strategic. This is all about doing your research. This is about taking your time, really taking into consideration the pros, the cons, the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs. You know, if you know people in your network that have worked at a certain company, or they do work at a certain company that you've applied for, right? Like reaching out to them, getting more information, like how is the culture, how is the management, how are the benefits, et cetera, et cetera. Or like, if this is a situation, right? Like I said, all of you are going to be different. Maybe you're considering starting a new business, right? And you're like, do I continue to stay where I'm at because I just applied for this promotion? Do I start a new side hustle? Whatever this is, you know, it seems to me like you have some, what's the term? You have some irons in the fire, because there are swords here. So, right, like back in the day when there were iron workers that created swords, right, they shape them and then they put them in the fire, and then they have to wait for them to be ready to be handled, to cool down. That's the energy that I'm getting, right? Like, there are things that you're waiting on and you're definitely feeling antsy. You're wanting to move forward, and part of that challenge is like the advice I would give you for dealing with this Mercury retrograde energy, and Mercury's in retrograde from the 1st to the 25th of April, is like, really cross your T's, dot your I's, do all of the research. Do not be rushed. If this is work related and, you know, you have multiple offers, like, don't let an employer rush you into making a decision when you have other opportunities, right? If it's a good opportunity, they're going to respect the fact that you need time to consider. This is your livelihood, right? This is how you make money. So be very logical, be very methodical, and be patient in the process, because you do have a big choice to make moving forward, right? And again, the timelines are going to be different for each of you. And this is about, for me, especially with this Two of Swords with the water here and the moon in the background, right? Like, I think it's referencing also this eclipse energy we've been in, this Mercury retrograde, that there may be some murkiness, there may be some unknowns. And that's why it's so important to take your time, and to make sure that you are having boundaries, not just with other people, but with yourself. If you have a tendency, Gemini, to rush and to be reactive, understand that's not going to serve you at this time. You need to find the balance between your intellect and your intuition, or your emotions, right? So your emotions might be like, yeah, let's take this. But maybe you need to wait another week because you have another offer that's coming to you and you want to take everything into consideration. Maybe you need, again, like, talk to somebody who's worked at that company, who started that same business, so that you can, if you're going to need to be and obviously, right, for some of you, these opportunities are going to actually be coming to, obviously, like, time and energy are fluid. So yes, I'm doing this for April, but all of you are going to be different. If these opportunities are coming to you in April, right, you may at some point need to make a decision, but take your time. Don't rush it, right? For some of you, you're going to have a little bit more time. Use the time that you have wisely. Don't be reactive. The Sun, that's the happiest card in the deck, card of Leo. Make sure that whatever choice you're making, it's going to make you happy. Not other people, not your family, not your friends, not your colleagues. This is about your happiness, right? This is about you allowing yourself to be really, really clear, Gemini, about what do you need to be happy, to be at peace, to be content, and following that path, because, you know, following where you know it's going to make you happy, whether it's the work you're doing, the team you're working with, the money you're making, whatever it's going to be, right? It's going to be different for each of you, right? You need to make the best choice for yourself in order to be happy. So definitely keep that at the forefront. And I think that that's part of the murkiness here. And the trick is that, like, even though something might look good on paper, a job, an offer, deep down, you may know that that's not going to make you happy. And only you're going to know what that is, right? You may, like, maybe you've got like a job opportunity at some big corporation, and then you have a job opportunity at a nonprofit, and the nonprofit, like, maybe it's less money, but you're going to feel more aligned and happier about the work you're doing because you feel like it's contributing to society. That's just an example, right, Gemini? Like, but at the end of the day, do the work of going deep with yourself, not just about like doing the research and networking and talking to people to get the ins and the outs of whatever the opportunities are that are coming towards you around this choice you need to make, Gemini, but also get real with yourself about what you need, right? Like, is this job, if there's a job offer, I just keep going back to that, maybe that's what it is, right? Just because it's more money doesn't necessarily mean it's going to make you happy. And if it's more money, but they expect you to work 24/7, 365, and they expect you to work even when you take time off, is that really going to make you happy? Or do you need to take a step back, right? Maybe this is about you really getting clear about, like, even if the title and the salary look good on paper, is that going to satisfy your soul, Gemini? Only you are going to know. So be really, really honest with yourself at this time, because that's also going to help you to gain clarity about whatever choice you need to make. Is like, you can be super, super logical, right? And talk yourself out of a good opportunity simply because in the 3D reality, you're like, oh, well, it's not enough money. The world, I don't know. The world is the end of the major arcana. So it's like end of cycles. It's like a long time coming. So again, whether this is starting a new business, whether this is taking, you know, deciding between job opportunities, job offers, whether to stay at a certain company or to leave, this has been a long time coming, Gemini. You've been on this path for a long time. And this also could indicate with the world, maybe this is an opportunity for you to move cities, states, countries, and you have to take into consideration what that means for you, right? You may have an opportunity to really expand your horizons in a way that you haven't before. And I think that is something that's really going to be revealed to you during this time if you're open to it. And I do think that, like, I keep getting the road less traveled. Maybe in your family and your friend group, maybe you are making the choice to step out of the box, to step out of the norm. And that may be a little bit, it's going to be exciting, but it may also be part of the challenge, right? That, like, it's going to take you out of the known into the unknown world. It's an opportunity to take the road less traveled and to make a choice that maybe you wouldn't have in the past. 8 of Coins in reverse. Let's get one more card here, Gemini. I am also going to clarify. For me, the 8 of Coins in reverse is about working smarter, not harder. So it's taking back to what I said earlier. Like, just because a job looks good on paper, I'll show you the card upright because I think it's a really cool card. What I said earlier about, you know, just because it's you get a job offer and the title's cool and the equity's great and the salary's great, is it going to require you to burn the candle at both ends? Are you going to be required to work yourself to death? Because this is telling me to work smarter, not harder, and to really, really think long and hard, Gemini, about what you would be agreeing to, and especially with this Mercury retrograde. Do not rush the choice. Eight of Cups is also about your emotional fulfillment. What's going to make you feel alive, fulfilled, at peace, content. And this could be an opportunity for you to walk away from, you know, a job or a career that has required you to work yourself to death. It may be an opportunity, again, with this road less traveled insight download that I got, like, it may be about walking away from what has been, right? Especially with this world. And Eight of Cups in the Rider-Waite-Smith is always about walking away from situations that have not been emotionally fulfilling. And that, again, may be just a situation of you, like, accepting, like, you know, I'm grateful for this experience. I'm grateful for how far I've come, but this isn't doing it for me anymore. And now I have an opportunity to do something that nobody in my family has done, that nobody in my friend group has done. And that requires me leaving behind everything I've known. And am I going to do that for an opportunity, or am I going to decide to stay where I'm at? I don't think so, Gemini, because, like, again, with this Knight of Swords at the top of the reading, like, I feel like you've been wanting to make this move for a long time. I just think it's not necessarily even, it's like sometimes even when we start to get what we want, what we manifested, what we've been working for, that doesn't necessarily make the decision easy. You know, when we get what we've been asking for, because it oftentimes requires us to leave behind what we've known. And sometimes that can be a place we've lived. It can be people we've worked with. It can be our family, friends, especially if, like, a move is involved. But you got to keep it real with yourself, right? What's going to make you happy, Gemini? This is your life, right? Can I just get one card, Spirit? Okay, it keeps giving me two. Interesting, because we have the Three of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I'll just show them to you upright so you can see what they look like. I feel like whatever hesitation you might feel of taking the road less traveled, Gemini, it's the only reason you would hesitate is because of fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of what other people are going to think, fear of making the wrong decision. And yes, right, I've been talking about being strategic, being patient, taking your time, doing, you know, talking to people, getting clear with yourself about, you know, what do I really want? What's going to make me happy? But making choices out of fear, anxiety, worry, that's not a place where we can make logical decisions. That's a place of making decisions that will keep us stuck with what we've always known that we may not actually be happy with. So that's going to be something you'll definitely wrestle with, because, again, like I said, you know, like, sometimes you got to be careful what you ask for, because you might just get it. And then when you get it, Nine of Swords, when the offers start to come in, you might deal with some insomnia, with some rumination, with some sleepless night. Like, I applied for these jobs and now I have all of these offers and I don't know what to do. Again, don't rush the process, but I do get the, like, you know, you've been wanting to make a change and then you put yourself out there. And then when the opportunities start to come in, it's going to cause you anxiety and worry about making the wrong decision. And, you know, you have to face that, but definitely, like, you know, don't rush the choice. Don't rush a decision, but don't make choices out of fear and worry, Gemini. Okay. Five of Swords in reverse. I see you struggling with upsetting people. I see you struggling with, like, letting people down, whether it's like you're leaving a company, you're moving, right? And so you'll be leaving, you know, family, friends, loved ones. The hesitation I see here that you may struggle with when these offers and opportunities come in, Gemini, has to do with other people, not you. And I think you're just going to have to like be honest with yourself about where these fears and insecurities are coming from. Because again, I said it earlier, Gemini, this is your life. Are you going to make choices? Are you going to continue to make your life choices based on how other people feel and what makes other people happy? Or are you going to make a choice that leads to your own fulfillment and happiness, right? Like only you can decide. You got to trust yourself and, you know, your own decisions here, Gemini. But again, I wouldn't be making choices out of worry, fear of the unknown, fear of what's going to happen, fear of what other people are going to think, because it's just not a way to live, Gemini. Like, it's admirable, you know, like if taking this job, if that's what it is, or, you know, deciding to move or whatever it is that you're deciding on, you have to do what's best for you. And like, you can sit around and wait until conditions are perfect and everyone's happy, but like no one's ever going to be happy with your choices necessarily. What matters is your happiness. So I feel like that's going to be part of the struggle when these options start to come toward you. King of Swords. This is, you know, again, more air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It's like, be grounded, be logical, be clear, be decisive, figure out what you want and go after it, and accept the ramifications, accept the fallout, right? This is about you stepping into your authority, into your autonomy, into your independence, and trusting your own choices. Making choices for your own reasons that other people are not ever going to necessarily understand, because this is your life, Gemini. So I see you struggling with that, but I feel like the King of Swords is an indication that you're going to come out of it. It may not be until the end of the month after we come out of Mercury retrograde. Just work through the process and just be honest with yourself again, right? Like, are your worries and fears real worries and fears, or are they fears about letting other people down, disappointing them, you know, people being sad that you're leaving, people being sad that you're moving? You know, you can't make choices based on how other people might feel or how they do feel. You got to make this choice for you. So 5 of Cups and 3 of Swords in reverse on the Sun. You choosing your own happiness, Gemini, is going to require some spilt milk. It's going to require disappointing some people. It's going to require you accepting that some people are not going to be happy with the choices that you make. Some people might be hurt. They might be disappointed. But again, you cannot live your life based on how other people are going to feel if it requires you to abandon yourself and your own happiness. So this is about accepting the consequences, and they're not, caring about other people is not a bad thing. It's just about being in balance, right? And I think like you're going to have to deal with that. There might be some hard conversations with people that you really care about. And I think this, for me, the 3 of Swords in reverse is accepting that you are choosing you're choosing your happiness, and you're accepting that there are going to be people that are not happy with your choices, and just letting that be, right? Knowing that ultimately you have to do this for yourself and not for other people. That doesn't necessarily make it easy if you know that other people are going to be upset with you or disappointed because they want you to stay where you are because it works for them, right? Because they're not really thinking about you if they're making you feel bad for choosing what's going to make you happy. Let's just be clear. I'm not saying they're bad people, but some people can be very self-centered. They can be, you know, not capable of really understanding what it's like to the World again, and Strength. This is the end of a cycle, and with the Strength here, card of Leo, This is like harnessing the power of your heart and your emotions, not letting it control you. So as much as your heartstrings are going to be pulled by either family, friends, or colleagues that are going to be disappointed, hurt, or disappointed, just like in you choosing you, like this is your opportunity to shine and to do something different, right? This is, again, this could be moving across the globe. This could be moving states. It's definitely a big, big shift, and it's going to require the strength of your heart. And that's going to be the work, right? This is an infinity symbol, so it is about your intuition and your emotions, but it's also an 8, and we're in the year of the 8. And I think the work is you understanding that choosing yourself, choosing your happiness, and choosing to go on this adventure, to make a different choice, right? To expand, to evolve past where you've been. It's going to actually require a lot of strength and confidence in yourself during this time, because you have to do this for you. It's an opportunity for you to choose yourself, Gemini. All right, let's get a few more cards here before we close out the reading. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you have an opportunity, a brand new opportunity for something that's going to be stable, that's going to be abundant, that you're going to be able to build upon, and it's from the universe. The universe wants you to see this as a gift for all of the hard work, the sleepless nights, the worry about other people. I think it's really going to, in choosing yourself, the universe is going to reward you for that. That's what I'm getting here. Let's get one more card here before we close out the reading. Ooh. Card of Scorpio. So this full moon in Scorpio on April 23rd, definitely would recommend, Gemini, any worries, fears about letting people down, disappointing people, any of that heavy energy of making choices based on other people. It's time to let that go. Death is it's the end. It's the end of this way of being where you prioritize the feelings and the judgments of other people over yourself. It's letting go of the past. It's letting go of what was so that you can start something new. And again, like I was saying earlier, does that mean that that's easy? Absolutely not. But in order to have a new beginning, you have to let the old die. You have to let the old end. You have to, decide that you're no longer going to abandon yourself, abandon your happiness, abandon your own emotional fulfillment just to keep other people happy. That doesn't mean it's easy, but if you want something you've never had before, Gemini, you're going to have to do something you've never done before. So I don't think this is an easy energy, but I do think that this is really, really powerful energy, especially with the world here. It's an opportunity for something big to happen and to shift in your life. So if the messages resonated, leave me a comment below. Let me know how this is showing up for you, Gemini. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to leave it there for you, sending you lots of love through this process. Again, that's why the saying is, be careful what you ask for, because you might just get it. And I feel like that's definitely the energy of this reading for you, Gemini. You're going to have some big choices to make, and I really hope that you choose yourself and you choose your own happiness. I am going to close this reading out with a card from the Sufi Wisdom Oracle. Angel, spirits, and guides, what final messages do you have for Gemini this month? Final messages. Make a change. Welcome change into your life, Gemini. I'm going to read this from the book. Thank you again for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know how this shows up for you this month. I'm very curious. All right. If the foundation of your life falls apart, do not take it into your heart, for it will harm your spirit and steal your joy away. Be happy. There is no need to suffer over gaining or losing things, for having is bound in time and will always be taken away. Hafiz. Making a change is something we normally do not like because of the fear of the unknown. Hafiz comes to you as an oracle to help you welcome a change in your life. He is guiding you to surrender to what is beyond your control and focus on your own internal transition to a new reality. He wants you not to allow change to weaken your heart and take your joy away. Dear one, a change in direction or a development will move you to realize a future hope or dream. Be assured this change could bring great satisfaction to you after you have determined precisely what you're dealing with. You can develop coping strategies that are best suited to deal with the circumstances. The Oracle wants you to do what you can to generate new ideas and finish what you start. Nothing is meant to stay the same forever. You may need to let go of some things you did not expect. In doing so, you will find that you are propelled toward a different path. Accept the change of starting a new path, which may turn out to be more suited to you. You never know what possibilities the change might open for you. Mantra: I am willing to remain open to the changes happening in my life. I am determined to give myself time to accept changes as new possibilities to improve my life. Yeah, I think that this is all about giving yourself the time and the space and the grace to work through what comes up when what you've been asking for actually comes towards you as an opportunity, Gemini. So sending you lots of love. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.